You probably know my next guest for playing a computer geek for 6 seasons on HBO's Silicon Valley, or maybe from the 2019 film Stuber, where he played an Uber driver alongside action star and all-around massive human being Dave Bautista. What I'm trying to say is that he's made a career out of playing, well, nerds. Throughout his time in Hollywood, those are the roles he found himself being asked to audition for. But not anymore, because this November he's playing the first ever South Asian superhero and first ever Pakistani-American superhero in Marvel Studios' Eternals. I cannot wait. I'm talking, of course, about Kumail Nanjiani, comedian, actor and producer, and I'm delighted to welcome him back to the show tonight. Kumail, thanks so much for coming on the show. Congratulations on the new movie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
When I was growing up, Kumail, in the UK, the only South Asians you would see in Hollywood were either playing IT guys, a role you literally played brilliantly on Silicon Valley, or terrorists. I never would have believed back then that we would have a Marvel superhero played by a Pakistani immigrant. So what does the role of Kingo in Eternals mean to you personally?
Well, to me, it was obviously personally an incredible opportunity. And then, with regards to the kind of representation that our people have seen in mainstream Hollywood pop culture, it also felt like a responsibility because of that. I just wanted to portray someone who was very, very different from the kinds of roles that people who look like us have traditionally played in American movies and TV shows. So for me, in creating this character, I sort of looked at exactly the things you're saying. We're either nerds or we're terrorists. We're either fixing computers or we're planning something nefarious. And so I wanted to have Kingo be someone who was the exact opposite of the kinds of things that I had seen people who look like us play and the kinds of things that I had gotten opportunities to play before.
Yeah, now you're saving the world, not doing things that are nefarious. Kumail, were you a Marvel fan, a comic book fan growing up as a kid in Pakistan?
Oh, yeah, massive comic book fan. Marvel and DC. I loved Spider-Man. I loved Batman. I think I could say that. I think I can say I love Batman. So I was a huge comic book fan, definitely like the biggest nerd, biggest geek out of all my friends. Comic books, video games, movies, I at the end of summer, all my friends I would see them at school and everybody's skin had gotten darker because they've been out in the sun. My skin had gotten lighter because I've been at home reading comic books.
Little did you know where it would lead you. And I like the little DC reference. Maybe we'll see you join the Justice League now as well. Maybe you can multitask. I personally am not the biggest of DC fans in movie terms. I love the MCU when it comes to movies. I love the original Avengers movie, but it was, looking back, very white. Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, all white. All right, Hulk's green on the outside, but, white guy banner on the inside. And now you have, nearly a decade later, Marvel's Eternals, where it's you, Salma Hayek, Gemma Chan, directed by Chloe Zhao. Is that, in your view, a conscious, if belated effort by Marvel, by Hollywood as a whole, to recognize the importance of representation of diversity on screen, even in superhero movies? Did you feel that on the set?
I actually did not feel that on the set. I think it was important for Chloe for very rational reasons. She said, this is a global superhero team. It should look like the globe. I mean, as you said, traditionally, superheroes in American pop culture have looked very, very not like the world, right? They look very, very specific. And for Chloe, obviously representation is important to her, but more than that, she was like, these people were sent to Earth to blend in with Earth, not to blend in with America. So they should look like the world, and to her, that was more important than anything was, that obviously, diversity in representation is so important. We want kids to be able to see themselves when they, watch a movie. But more than that, for Chloe, it was like, this is how it should be. That's what felt very, that was surprising to me in making this movie. It did not feel like we were trying to fix something. It didn't feel like she was trying to fix something. She was just like presenting it as if this is how it should have always been.
Kamal, some people get surprised when I say I love Marvel movies, I love the Fast and the Furious movies. They think I'm a very serious person. I don't know where they get that thought from, but they see me on TV and they're like, this is what you do in your downtime? And I don't watch highbrow art house movies or documentaries simply because the world is so messed up. It's what I do for a living, is I need escapism. Do you think that's why people love superhero movies in this current climate? The idea that actually people don't follow the rules, they use their special powers and they save the world from Thanos, whereas in the real world, it's Joe Manchin every week screwing us over. And in superhero world, that doesn't happen.
I mean, I think that might be part of it. You know, it's there are a lot of problems in the world, and we are not powerful enough to fix them. So then, watching problems in movies that are a little bit simpler to fix, you know, where the good guys and bad guys are maybe a little bit more clearly delineated based on, you know, your perspective, and seeing superpowered people fix those problems, I think that that's probably very cathartic. You know, that said, yes, it's interesting you bring that up, because traditionally in comic book movies, good and bad have been very clearly defined. And it's interesting. Eternals is it's philosophically a little vague. Morally, it's a little complex. Like Chloe wanted to make sure that, yeah, it's really interesting, because to her, she wanted to show sort of different perspectives on ethics and morality. And so this movie's got a lot of gray area in it. And on top of that, it still has, that's what's so cool about it, it still has the big fun popcorn, like it's funny, yes, it's fun, it's thrilling, it's got romance, but it's got the philosophical stuff too.
On that note, it does look like a lot of fun. I do look forward to watching it with my daughter. I can't wait to see you doing a Bollywood dance routine as part of your character. A lot of people, including every brown desi guy I know, as well as even your co-star Salma Hayek, who joked about it on Jimmy Kimmel with you the other night, have noticed your new physique. Hard not to. You amazingly got seriously ripped for this Marvel movie, but you've said, Kumail, in recent interviews that you, quote, wish nobody would ever talk about your body again. I apologize for doing that, but I have to ask, do you feel that way because you think you've been body shamed by some people online? I see some folks even suggesting race has played a part in all of this, because you in your new muscular phase no longer fit, I don't know, the stereotype of what some people think a brown South Asian man should look like. Is that your view?
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to parse through all that and understand what people's motivations are. You know, I think there are a lot of complex things at play. For me, the frustration has been that the last year and a half, you know, I had this body transformation, and that's the only thing people have known of me in the last year and a half. So I personally am excited for this movie to come out, because people get to see why I did it. People get to see, yes, my actual performance, what I actually do for a living. You know, I'm not like known for being a buff guy. I'm known for being funny or whatever it is. And I want to go back to that. You know, I mean, the conversation used to be, people would say, is Kumail funny or not? Is he a good actor or not? And now it's changed. And I want to go back to that. You know, that's the exact reason why I got into this.
So before we run out of time, I got to ask about politics, Kumail. Last time we spoke, a year ago on this show, before the election, you were making the case for why Trump had to go, for why people should vote for Joe Biden and the Democrats, especially naturalized citizens, immigrant communities. A year on, how are you feeling about Biden and the Dems, especially on the issue of immigration, which I know you care about? Politico is reporting this weekend that a group of immigration activists staged a virtual walkout at a meeting with top Biden administration officials yesterday. They're so frustrated. You know, you see CBP officers on horseback corralling black and brown immigrants at the border, Haitian immigrants being deported in their thousands. What is your view of the Biden administration a year on, especially on this issue?
Well, you know, I mean, yeah, obviously immigration issues are so important to me. I'm an immigrant, my entire family, we're all immigrants. You know, it's interesting because there are two aspects of this. You know, one, it's a symbolic victory where you don't have a president who is actively espousing anti-immigration rhetoric, right? I mean, that is actually a massive, massive improvement. That makes a big difference. However, you know, I mean, those pictures you talk about, they are absolutely horrific. It's not rhetoric. It's not the only thing that matters. Obviously, we need a lot of immigration reform. And to me, the reason that this conversation becomes so heated is that nobody ever thinks of these people as people. Really, it's always numbers. Even when you look at those horrific pictures, it's what's most devastating about it is that those pictures dehumanize these people who've put everything on the line to move here, to fight for better lives for themselves and their families, and to see them go through that. I'm getting emotional sort of talking about it, but I think that's what needs to change. We just don't approach this problem as a human problem. We approach it as a numbers problem, which is, I think something that I think Biden could do better with.
Well said. On that very passionate and eloquent point, we're going to have to leave it there. We're out of time. But Kumail Nanjiani, appreciate you for joining us on the show to talk movies and politics as ever. Eternals premieres on November the 5th. Congratulations on the new film. My daughter and I cannot wait to see it.
Thank you for having me. The movie's amazing.